Okay, so we got here my great drawing of a saber-toothed tiger. That's a lion. That's a human playing a guitar and an alien. We'll start off with the saber-toothed tiger. So this is how this thing started. I was like thinking about it. For some reason I was thinking about a saber-toothed tiger and like the tooth. And I was like, wait a minute. What I learned about teeth is that they had really long roots, you know? So whatever the size of the tooth, the root is even longer. So if you look at these drawings of these saber-toothed tigers, like, they don't make no sense. It's like the root should be way up here. And then also, if you know how teeth work, like, you gotta have, teeth to bite against each other. So right there, it's like, this is way down here. I mean, he would have to have like a jaw that goes all the way down here. I mean, in order to make that even feasible. It don't make no sense. So I was like, that doesn't make any fucking sense at all. And then I started telling people this. I go, this is ridiculous. The saber-toothed tiger is ridiculous. And I remember I was telling somebody one time, and I was like, I was just drunk. Oh, speaking of which, let me get a sip. That's not bad. Queen Bee. Cream ale, 7.3%. And then the next day, literally the next day after I was telling somebody, there was an article, and it was like they just found the most recent fossil of a saber-toothed tiger, and I was like, that's kind of embarrassing, if I'm wrong. I'm like, geez, I'm like, what the fuck? This is so weird, like the timing of it all. Anyway, click on the article. I'm scrolling through all the words. Not one picture. Like if I found a fucking fossil of something, I would take a picture. Why don't you take a picture? Snap a picture? Well, with the picture disintegrator or something? Photographic energy is too powerful for this thing that's fossilized for billions of years, supposedly. Millions. It's like, what? No picture. But if you believe it and you see the article, you're like, wow, it just reinforces your belief. But if you don't believe it and then you don't see a picture, you're like, it doesn't make any sense. And then you're like, well, okay. So there's a cat here and then there's a human here. And if you look at the difference between a cat and a human, well, the cat's going to have a bigger jaw and a bigger teeth, more canines. And so if you wanted to go, well, evolutionary, imagine something. If you believe in evolution theory, you could just create this in your own mind and just tell people that was true. And then you can go the other way. You're like, well, the humans have smaller jaws, smaller bodies, bigger brains. So you make this alien over here with this big old brain, small body, but for some reason they also made big eyes because you have to say more visual to really catch people's attention. But the thing is like everybody knows, like you could have pinhole cameras. You can't have like a pinhole light that's gonna illuminate everything. If you have a big light, you probably need a bigger thing, like a big old headlight, fog light, whatever. But for eyes, it doesn't need to be that big. And since it's biological, you can't just replace the bulbs and stuff. It's better to be smaller to protect it. And so, the big eyes, ridiculous. And then if you understand about brain power, brains use so much energy. And since the aliens are so smart, they're going to use a lot of energy. So that means they need to eat a lot of food. They need a bigger jaw. They need, well, not the way bigger teeth to chop down food. They're going to need a bigger digestive system, bigger heart to pump all that into the brain. So this whole thing doesn't make sense either. It's ridiculous. So if that makes sense to you, I wish you luck on the journey of truthism. And that's all I can say.